avoid my true self to be my representative, and like really become my representative and believe that that's who I am, so I look better to the outside world. I've learned how to push people away. I've learned how to judge myself very, very harshly. I've learned a lot from the women in my life. And so when I got back home, I had to have a hard conversation. Actually, several hard conversations with my mom. And, woo, honey, that's never easy. And it's definitely not easy when you've portrayed a picture to people and then you come back home and you just literally throw all of that out the window, and they looking at you like, what are you doing? Like, are you losing your mind? And then you got to tell people like, I've never been happy. Nah, I've never been happy, but I'm unhappy. And I have to do this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm telling you, something in me is telling me I got to do this, and nobody understands. And you seem like, you're just unraveling. And then from there, you have to face all that other stuff. And so I remember vividly, I had I think the last real blowout I had with my mother before the healing started. It was like this big cry session, like, you failed me. You failed me as a mother. You taught me nothing. You sent me out here stabbing in the dark, and I'm just making all these mistakes and doing what I think is right, and I have no real guidance, and just so angry with her. And then my mom was just kind of like, you can't keep beating me up forever, and I can't keep doing this with you. And I don't know what to say. And she said something to me, and it actually humbled me. And she was just like, but I was failed. And I was just giving you the best that I had to give. And I was like, oh, right. And it just made me have to take a look at myself. And I'm like, well, Myra, you spend so much time being so angry and judging your mother so harshly, when you really just, all you had to do is look at yourself, and really decide to just be better for you, be a better version of you. And I really had to look at that. And, I had to tell my mom, like, I love you so much and I want a better relationship with you. And this is not what I want. So, from there, we have been able to talk about a lot and really unpack a lot, and I'm in such a better space with my mom. I think our relationship is at its best, and it's only getting better. And now she's reflecting me and I'm reflecting her the way I've always wanted it to be. But truth be told is I've always been reflecting her, and she's always been reflecting me. And the same with my grandmother, and I'm pretty sure it was the same with my grandmother and her mother and women before. And we're a reflection of everything around us, and everything around us is a reflection of us. And truth be told, you just have to ask yourself, am I happy with what I see? And if I'm not, what work am I willing to put in to change the reflection? And for me, it was, I really have to get back to me. And in order for me to do that, I have to be stripped down to nothing. I have to start all over. I have to walk away from a relationship that is stable, from someone who's always been dependable and reliable and loving. I have to, in a sense, walk away from my child, even to be, to be a better me, to be a better mother to him. I have to step away from it all, and I have to go inward, and I have to isolate, and it's time to get to the nitty-gritty. And let me tell you, it has not been easy. It's been very hard to face my realities. It's been very hard to look at when I have been a victim, but when I have been a victimizer. When I have used my experiences as excuses to stay in places where I wasn't happy or filled with joy, or just, really happy with who I am. I had to be forced to really look at me and stop pointing the finger at everybody else. And so in order to do that, sometimes you have to get alone. You have to be alone. And so here I am, very alone. I live alone. I've never lived alone in my entire life. I'm here with my thoughts and journaling a lot, and praying a lot, and just getting back to who I am at the core of me, without any outside variable being a part of the equation. And I have to tell y'all, it's very freeing. It's very, very freeing. So I say all that to say, are you standing in your truth? Are you being honest about what you've been through and how it has shaped who you are today? Do you feel fulfilled when you wake up in the morning? Do you know what it's like to love unconditionally? To be loved unconditionally without all the expectations and the rigidity and the boxes that we've been placed in and all of these things? Are you walking in your purpose? Do you know what you like? Do you have any hobbies? And you guys can answer all of these questions if you want in the comments section below, on Facebook, however you want to respond. But have you really thought about how has your relationship with your mother shaped you? How's your relationship with your father shaped you? Your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, the people in your circle. Do your friends reflect who you currently are at this place and stage in your life? Do you love yourself? Do you even know what that means? And I really want to talk to you guys about that. I would love to have an open dialogue with you guys. I'm not going to drag this out too long, but I guess that's something to think about. And you guys, can definitely ask me whatever questions that you want to ask me as well. I'm open to answering anything at this point. Can't get more transparent than where I am right now. But these are some of the things that I've been thinking about and some of the things that have helped me to really unpack. And so I'm just wondering, where are you guys at in your journey? As far as me, I am continuing to learn very hard lessons every day, but it's making me a much better me, a much better friend, a much better sister, a much better daughter, eventually a much better spouse than I've been in the past, a better, just a better me in relation to myself and other people. And so here I am, y'all. I'm going to continue to make these videos, and I'm going to continue to unfold in front of the camera and just tell you guys more and more about where I am currently and where I've been and what I've been learning. And I hope that you guys just continue to tune in. And again, I thank you so much for your love and support throughout the journey of the Birthed Diaries. And I ask that you just continue to support me. And I see y'all on the next version of the new Birthed Diaries. Peace.